Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders, the great millstone, who teach and rule well. And salutations to Yakim out there laboring, of the hopeful elect that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. And I just want to just quickly speak upon, this folly that's going on in Israel with men, these lewd men of the basest sort, that's pretty much out there that are novice. These individuals are not using wisdom. You see, like brothers say, we don't have a dog in a fight, concerning, this whole thing with the Palestinians and with them going against the Israelis. That's not our business. Like I said, Jake needs to mind their own business. And I say that is because us preaching a word is pretty much enough. We are chanting this place down through the scriptures, man. Okay? Us going out there on the highways and hedges is pretty much in condemning this place. And we're seeing the prophecies pretty much coming to fruition. You see? The whole point of what we do is basically having these things come to pass, man. Okay? But the Lord didn't have us go out there and make this a carnal thing. Okay? All right? If they want to go ahead and go kill each other, let them go kill each other. But the whole point of inserting yourself into the situation, and it seems something seems fishy about this whole thing, And like I said, Jake is really, and I'm talking about Israel. They're about to really show their ass, man. Okay, these Jakes out there that's in these camps, you're gonna see who's who, man, and it's being revealed, man. Okay, all right. We got a lot of agents. You got a lot of agent provocateurs. Okay, we got spies that's among us. You see, and this situation doesn't sit right at all. Now, there's more and more footage coming out with this situation that happened in Chicago this past week. But one thing in particular, I was watching this particular video here from Apostle Gabar, and pretty much when you show the confrontation, I'm focusing more on the camera angles. Okay, now you see that they had a clear bird's eye view shot of everything that pretty much was going down with that whole situation. Okay, now this is basically recorded, intel. You see, okay, and pretty much, man, the ministry can definitely be blamed. Okay, because all they have to do is pretty much show this video. You see, okay, and concerning Chief Ephraim, talking about go out there for round 2, that's agent provocateur talk, man. Okay, all right, there's no way around that. You see. All right, we got to remember, this man came from out of nowhere. He came from obscurity to pretty much all of a sudden now he's one of the concerning these motley crew of camps, one of the top men, okay, amongst them. He pretty much affiliated with HOI with Sabak, and Sabak pretty much should know better because this man's been in the truth for pretty much from One West, and he's not applying any type of wisdom. You see, okay, and now when you have the leadership that's pretty much walking disorderly, what more would be the men that's under them? You see, and pretty much, Sabak with him. The thing about Sabak is you could have an individual come up to his camp and stand on the other side. And pretty much a couple weeks later, that individual was pretty much in the camp. Okay? So these guys are not properly vetted. A lot of these guys are not properly vetted. They're not in order. They haven't put away that old man. You're going to find out that the Lord is not dealing with a lot of these men. Okay? All right? A lot of these men the Lord is not dealing with. These are the guys that are going to say, Lord, Lord, haven't I prophesied in your name? And the Lord's going to say, I don't know you. You see? Because why? It's because the scriptures are there. Basically, everything is there for our learning. You see? And they're not applying any of the proverbs, okay? all right, that really pretty much apply to pretty much with wisdom, you see, and how to handle certain situations, you see. Case in point, even when brothers pretty much when we camp, okay, we pretty much will move our camp if there's some type of protest going on. We're not gonna be in the midst of that madness, okay, that we have nothing to do with. It's almost like these guys are pretty much like ambulance chasers. What I mean by ambulance chasers is where you have it's usually a lawyer that's trying to get clients, and he pretty much goes to the scenes of accidents and pretty much has the anybody that got hurt in an accident, the victim would pretty much encourage them and guide them and to pretty much sue the person whose fault it was, but they always bringing themselves into the scene and the action pretty much, and that's what a lot of these guys do, you see. Okay, the Lord didn't send us out there for that purpose, man. Okay, I mean, listen, these guys going up against each other with these protests and everything else. Okay, listen, you got to let them do what it does, man. Okay, all right. The nation's supposed to be coming up against each other, man, and we're seeing that, man. So how the hell are we pretty much inserting ourselves within that type of situation, man? That's not applying wisdom at all. You see? But I want to just fly through this video real quick. Slide through. Now you see here the view of how everything going down. And this is pretty much surveillance cameras, so to speak. So was this thing staged? Could be. Possibility. You see? But this is recorded surveillance, okay? That can be used at any time. Okay? That can be used at any time. You see? Because even before that, you did have the police come there and pretty much it was blocking the walkway with their bikes. And pretty much, this is, I don't know if this was a pretty much organized, unorganized though, but you're seeing how there's traffic in the streets, but you pretty much see this perfectly placed angle of this whole situation, man. You see? And then now you have Chief Ephraim now, okay, all of a sudden now he's the spokesman for all of these motley crew of camps. He's sitting there putting out a APB, with all the camps to pretty much pull up, so to speak, and we know what that talk means. You see, and he's pretty much going back and forth on a comment board with people that want to pretty much participate, and these people are not even they're not even in the truth, but they want to bear arms, man. You see? So this is pretty much headed for a recipe for disaster, man. Okay? All because of men, all right, that are pretty much not taking heed, man, to the situation. You see? And falling into the trap of agents. You see? This is what it all boils down to at the end of the day. And I remember that whole thing with Chief Ephraim when he first pretty much came out of nowhere and came on the scene with that whole thing with the Native American and with the kids from the school Covenant, and pretty much when he made his grand entrance, he knew the camera was on him, but he made sure that he had the apocrypha in his hand, and it was perfectly placed in his hand to where he's showing the apocrypha pretty much. You see, and that was a little bit fishy to me from the jump when he first got laid my eyes on this cat. You see, and they use that old tactic now. When we got something to say about it, we're scared and we chicken. And it kind of reminds me of that Back to the Future series where Biff would call George McFly pretty much a chicken, and it pretty much would provoke him to just lose it or get physical or carnal. because he was called the chicken. And this is like pretty much high school tactics, man. It's a high school tactic that they're using when they're saying, "Oh, you're scared or you just chicken." No, the scriptures speak about using wisdom, man. Okay, you see, the Lord didn't sit us out there to fight, but yes, we do have the right to defend ourselves at the end of the day. But you don't put yourselves in the midst of this, and even more so, you're not gonna go back for round two. Like Jake always wanna try to get their lick back, man. You see, and this is that type of situation right here, man. You see, why are you inserting yourselves within that situation? If them people want to go ahead and destroy each other, let them destroy each other, man. That don't have nothing to do with us, man. You see? Okay? Let me pull the scripture real quick. All right? This is let's go to Zephaniah real quick. Zephaniah chapter 3. Verse 8. It says, "Therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy." And that's the point right there. The Lord is gonna pretty much rise up to the prey. We gotta wait on the Lord. Okay, we're seeing that these prophecies are pretty much coming to fruition, and it just goes to show you that these guys are not applying wisdom, and it shows you that they're novice. Okay, they're novice of the scriptures, man. Okay, because how you are not applying any type of wisdom in this type of situation? Okay, do you not know what the will of the Lord is? Do you not know what the Lord's determination is against these nations? Okay? We have to understand that these nations are going to be coming up against each other, going to rise up against each other. Okay? And this is biblical prophecy. Okay? So where do we insert ourselves within that situation? Okay? And especially when you're dealing with right now is really the war between Amalek and Ishmael. Okay? But at the end of the day, the main common denominator that everybody has a bone to pick with really is Amalek. Okay? So why would you go ahead and get yourselves in that, and it makes it seem like you're defending the common denominator as that which is your main enemy. Either, but at the end of the day, pursuant to Psalms the 83rd chapter, okay, Ishmael is one of our enemies, but we're talking about the one that's in power right now, man. Okay, because we don't have any power. So for us to go out there and pretty much use the blessing that was given into our enemy, okay, and pretty much use that as your driving force to pretty much, so to speak, quote unquote, set things straight, is going off, man. Completely going off. You see? All right, from there, let's go to, I want to pull this real quick, and I want to pull the little meat off the bones with this chapter right here. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 1. And I'm going to probably read about 10 verses on this one. But this is 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 1. "We then, as workers together with him, beseech you also that ye receive not the grace of the Most High in vain." Okay? And right now we're in a grace period, man. But let's not receive this grace in vain. You see? But it says, "For he saith, I have heard thee in a time accepted, and in a day of salvation I have secured thee. Behold, now is the acceptable time. Behold, now is the day of salvation." And it really is pretty much being patient, man, and doing what the Lord told us to do. Preach this word, right? Verse 3, "Giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed." Okay? And don't give offense to these other things to have the ministry blamed, because we know ultimately that's what they want to do, man. Okay? They want to somehow, some way tie us into this whole thing. But now Jake is pretty much being self-willed. They pretty much inserted themselves in the situation, and now you have an agent provocateur that's amongst Israel that's pretty much flaming the fire, man. Okay, and Jake being simple as hell, okay, not applying wisdom, they're gonna jump right into that and into that flame, man. They're gonna jump right into it, man. Okay, you see, right? But in all things, approving ourselves as the ministers of the Most High, and much patience. And this is what these guys don't have: patience, man. Okay, in afflictions, we're gonna go through afflictions, man. We're gonna go through situations where people may come up to the camp, man. Okay, but to pretty much go out there and not have self-control, and then you try to one up it by having a round two to try to get your lip back, man. Okay, it is not it's not wise. You see, but it says patience in afflictions, in necessities, in distresses, in stripes, in imprisonments, in tumults, in labors, in watchings, and fastings. And pretty much, man, we pretty much endure all things within this truth, man. Okay? It may be a situation where brothers had gotten locked up, man. But you don't present the situation to where you're going back out there when it's going to be, heavily guarded with police. And pretty much you're going to go out there and pretty much be inside a riot, so to speak, man. When you look at this, that Wi-Fi camp that was out there, those guys were pretty much waiting to pop off on something, man. They pretty much already took their jackets off, and that's the whole thing, because they were just going by, and you already know what the purpose of them being out there protesting was for. So how do you involve yourselves in that situation? You see? Okay? All right? Those people are being oppressed, man. I mean, listen, man, we're being oppressed, man. Okay? So you cannot pretty much, and like the apostle said, man, you're pretty much taking, you're grabbing the dog by the ears, man, by agitating the situation, man. Okay? There's pretty much ethnic cleansing going on with those people, man. I mean, the hell what's really going on at the end of the day. But the whole fact is that Jake is wants to insert themselves within that, man. Okay? You see? Okay? Especially when you're dealing with the most common denominator of an enemy that everybody has, man. Okay? You see? But it says, by pureness, by knowledge, by long suffering. And we're going to have to be long suffering with do a lot of these things, man. Okay? But that particular situation has nothing to do with us, man. You see? By kindness, by the Holy Spirit, by love unframed, by the word of truth, by the power of the Most High, by the armor of righteousness. And these guys don't have no armor of righteousness, man. Okay? All right? Because why? It's because when you get in a situation, okay, and we know this, all right, brothers know this by experience, by being in being in the camp, and pretty much, man, when you have a scoff or you have a wicked spirit that comes up and tries to come up against us, you don't go carnal means. You don't go word for word with them. What you do is you go into the scriptures, okay, and just keep reading, okay, all right? That's the cleansing agent. That's what will pretty much have us pretty much protected by Yahweh B'Shem Abishai, not going in the way of getting carnal, man, or speaking your own words, man, and getting into an argument. You read the scriptures. You see? Okay? It says, by the armor of righteousness on the right hand and on the left, by honor and dishonor, right? Okay? Because we're being honored though, but look, dishonor is pretty much, what the world will look at us as, right? By evil report and good report, as deceivers and yet true. You see? Okay? And pretty much, the slanders are gonna be there, we get good reports from people, we get evil reports from people, man. Okay? And it's pretty much going by people that pretty much are ignorant to this truth, man. You see? Right? It says, as unknown and yet well known. Okay, we're well known of Yahweh Shai and the angels, man. Okay, but to this world, we're pretty much unknown. We're nobodies, man. Okay, we're basically a spectacle, man. Okay, all right, we're not brawlers, man. Okay, and that the main point is just being out there and then being a spectacle to the whole world, man. Not in and not in the sense of carnal means. You see? But it says, as unknown and yet well known, as dying and behold, we live. You see? Okay? And we're basically living, right? Right? Being, our spirit is quickened with this word, man. You know? As chastened and not killed. You know, and we go through our afflictions and being chastened by the Lord, you know? And a wise man knows when he slippeth, pretty much the scriptures say. Okay? And these men, and pretty much, man, I'm really more and more believing, even though, you know, Zabak has been out there a long time, this man, he's a reprobate, man. Okay? He's a reprobate because he's not even pretty much, he should be a much more stronger leader and a guardian over the sheep, man. Okay? And he's feeding right into this man, and I never seen this guy cheat even before, man. Prior to 2000, what was it, 18, 17, when he came on the scene and pretty much made national news. Okay, never seen this individual before. Okay, you see, and a lot of other brothers haven't seen him prior to that. You know, this man pretty much came out of nowhere, and all of a sudden now he's the voice of these various camps, man. Okay, he's the main mouthpiece, so to speak, man. Okay, and many men, okay, that don't even know exactly what they're involved in, man, are gonna pretty much take heed to what this man is actually saying, man, and actually will show up, man. And not only will they show up even there, they'll show up at any, and these protests are going on in different various cities. So this situation that happened in Chicago, man, can happen in any given week, in any given city, man. Okay? All right? So now you got these men, these lewd fellas of the baser sort, that's pretty much going to be on guard to look to get into something, man. Okay? You know, there could be a situation to where they can't all gather in Chicago, but look, let's all gather into the local cities, all these unified camps and in these local cities, and pretty much do the same thing that they did in Chicago, man. You see, that can easily happen, man. But just by these guys hanging on to simple belief of every word, man. Okay, you see. But it says, as sorrowful, yet always rejoicing. You know, as poor, yet making many rich. And we're making many rich by giving them this word, man. And basically, we are sorrowful, but we're rejoicing inside. Why? It's because we know, Lord willing, Yahweh Ratazah, that the Lord gives us our reward, man. You see? Right? As having nothing and yet possessing all things. Okay? And the best thing to possess in this time is this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. Okay? And these guys pretty much lack that. All right? Ultimately, these guys don't have faith, man. Okay? These are really, at the end of the day, faithless men. Okay? Because why? It's the very scriptures that they're reading. Okay? They're not applying it. Okay? But that goes to show you how these men out there are pretty much just novice, man. Okay? All right? A lot of them are also parrots, man. You see? Okay? They don't understand the gravity of what they're really involved in, man. Okay? And they're really you're really barking up the wrong tree, okay? Trying to and wanting that smoke, man. You see? All right? All right, one last precept. Let's go with Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15. Let's see. All right. All right, let's go. Let's start at 13. This is Ephesians chapter 5, verse 13. But all things that are reproved are made manifest by light. For whosoever doeth make manifest is light. Wherefore he saith, Awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Hamashiach shall give thee light. You see? Right? Seeing then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil, man. You know? And you got to walk circumspectly, man. These guys are not walking circumspectly, man. Okay? All right? We have enough, basically, you know, the saying is we have enough fish to fry, so to speak. Okay? All right? We got to be able to continue to do the things to be on the right-hand side of the Lord, man. Okay? Why take on these other burdens that these other people are having, man? Okay? And you're making it your business. You see? Let them people destroy each other, man. We're supposed to be sitting back on the sidelines, man, and seeing it, man. This is supposed to be an exciting time right now, man. Because we're actually seeing prophecies rolling off the page, and we're seeing these nations coming up against each other, man. Ain't that what was prophesied? That's what we're supposed to be rejoicing in, man. Okay? We're not supposed to be choosing no side or got a bone to pick with one side more than the other. Okay? You see? All right? These people, like I said, but we gotta get, hey, and in order for us to get the hell up out of here, man, you know, pretty much, man, that war gotta get popped off, man. Okay? All right, because that's the determination of the Lord at the end of the day, man. And what the Lord say? What the Lord say? The Lord said, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. This is Joel. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. Okay, speaking about the northern and southern kingdom, right? I will also, verse 2, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered amongst the nations and parted my land. You see? And that's the point I wanted to grab right there, because what? The Lord said he's going to gather, and we're seeing the beginnings of this happening, okay? With these protests and the war that's already being popped off. We're supposed to be rejoicing in this time, man. Okay? Why? It's because we're seeing how the Lord, and if you're dealing in the spirit, you see how the Lord is moving these chess pieces, man. Okay? It's a beautiful work, okay, that the Lord is doing, man. Okay? You see? We're supposed to be rejoicing in that, man. Okay? The Lord said he's going to gather these nations, man. We're seeing the friction, man. How do we involve ourselves in a situation that has nothing to do with us, man? I cannot grasp that more, enough. I can't state it more enough. And like I said, once again, okay, going back to this here, something is fishy with this. Something is fishy with this whole thing.
That's why you brothers have to be circumspect, man. You brothers have to be, more than ever, you have to be circumspect. Because we got undesirables in this thing of ours, man.
And that's the point with what the apostle said. You see? Okay? We got a lot of undesirables in this thing, man. But they have this bird's eye view, and these views, okay, this new footage, and I think the apostle was given this by another brother from the UK, if I'm not mistaken. But you're seeing this perfectly placed camera on top of the whole situation, man. Okay, all right. This is all the ammo that E needs, really, at the end of the day, man. Okay. He could twist this whatever way he wants to twist this, man. You see? Okay? But the main thing is, man, we got to walk circumspectly, man. Okay? And brothers really, okay, Great Millstone, we already get it, man. We already know what time it is, man. We're not going to get ourselves involved in a situation like this, man. Okay? But these are the guys, man, where the world looks at and they have that they are the face of that stigma, okay, that black eye of this truth, man. Okay, you see the whole way of these guys have the way they pretty much carry themselves, man, and ultimately their appearance, man. You know, okay, these guys, and like Apostle said, you know, these guys are pretty much, you know, all of them are wearing black, you know. But I just find it peculiar, funny how we got all of these camera angles on top of this whole situation right here. And really close-up shots, you know? You see? You see that? There, a bird's eye view on top of the whole situation. Okay? And I find it fishy, man. Okay? And like I said, again, you know, Israel, hey, these guys, these Jakes, man, that's in this troop, man. A lot of these Jakes, man, they're gonna show their ass, man. All right, and they're already showing their ass, man. Okay, all we gotta do is sit back and watch, man, because we're already calling it out, man. It's just a matter of time, man. It's a matter of time before these guys, these agents, man, are gonna be exposed, man. Okay, all right, we see it, man. We seeing how they're gonna tie it in. They gotta start making moves, man. Okay, this man is running out of time, man. He has to start getting the camps infiltrated. He has to start getting this thing popping, man. Okay? So more, we got to be more on point, man, and more vigilant, man, of what's going on around us, man. Okay? And calling these evils out, man, at the end of the day. All right? So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash, Shalom.